Well, good afternoon everyone. Happy Saturday. Welcome back to the Magnificent Mags channel. As usual, please continue to like, comment, share, subscribe. Well, once again, I put my earbud back in. And please do the same for my friends at NEOC 360, Magpie 24/7 and Magpie Ultras. And remember, on the YouTube channel, please turn those notifications on so you get the latest videos. But yes, we've made it to Northampton. This field here, all around us, is called the Racecourse. But yes, it's not Wrexham, but a stadium that is nearby is Six Fields. It's the final game of the regular season in the EFL today, and the championship's concluded. That kicked off at 12:30. And Northampton's game, which has kicked off just before their return was seen against Wigan. But they've got nothing to play for. They can't go down and they can't get promoted. So yeah, we were thinking about going to that game. We thought a game nothing to play for, £25. Nah, bit steep for a League One game. So it's like 22 quid for a Gateshead game these days. But yeah, we left Newcastle at 10 AM. We made a stop off. We got to Beeston in Nottinghamshire. We just went to a Green King, I think it was called the Beekeeper, and we've just watched the 12:30 games. So it's decided. Leeds United have, in the last minute, won the championship. Burnley second, Sheffield United third, Macham's fourth, Coventry fifth, Bristol City sixth. So yeah, Sunderland play Coventry and Bristol City have Sheffield United. But Borough haven't came up, didn't want them to come up. So yeah, all the best to the Smoggies. But we've made it here, yes. It's just to break the drive up, as I've said in previous videos, and I promised I'd do this today. And yeah, I found this field out the back. As I said, it's called the Racecourse. Nice, good space to walk around in. A couple of rugby posts. I think it's a bit of a rugby town, this. I don't know too much about this place. All I know is it's not far from Kettering, and it's just east of Birmingham. But yeah, we found it. Good hotel. The funny thing is as well, the Langham Hotel, which we're staying at, it's on Barrack Road, and the room we're staying in, even though we've got a couple of rooms each, is number 14. So yeah, is that an omen tomorrow that Alexander Isak's going to get a winner at the Amex? A bogey ground. I've covered this before, but yeah, we can go into it in more detail now because I only done a little bit from timeout after the Ipswich game. But yeah, Brighton, we've not won there at all in the top flight. It's been a weird sort of ground. I've looked back at everything and it's astonishing that we've never won there. As Eddie Howe said yesterday in his press conference, he doesn't believe that there are bogey teams, but some teams, just the way they play, some teams can struggle. Again, like we've had Aston Villa's number recently, 5 out of 7 wins till the most recent game. We always seem to beat Spurs. Just some teams just can't beat others, and Brighton have been one of those teams. Well, last wins there, so obviously 2017 in the Championship, Yotzi Perez were the winner, but we'll all remember and laughed at Mo Diarme's completely innocuous goal where he didn't have a clue what was happening, just hit off his foot and looped into the top corner. And then the last win before that, you have to go all the way back. I was just 2 years old, 21st of October 1989. We won 3-0 at the old Goldstone Stadium. So yeah, Brighton hasn't been a happy hunting ground. We've went there 11 times since and we haven't got a single win. There's been a lot of pain there, mainly before they came back up to the Premier League, as I put that back in again. It's been in the FA Cup. We kept drawing them for years in the 3rd round or the 4th round, and they just kept beating us, and it was annoying. So I'm just thinking, what would I take tomorrow? Would I take a draw? Now, Manchester City have beat Wolves last night. They didn't play particularly well. We'll watch some of the Villa game today. Against Fulham. Fulham had a goal ruled out, Ryan Sessegnon. And again, did they get a bit lucky? Yes, but I'm not going to say anything bad against them because it's just a case of the race is tight, and I've said this loads before, but at this stage of the season, it's not about how you perform. If you play well, it's all about getting the result and getting over the line. So yes, Manchester City have knocked us down to 4th. Villa have closed the gap to 2 points. Arsenal playing the 5:30 this evening. We'll be watching that down here against Bournemouth shortly. And yeah, and then we'll go back to Thursday night. Forest lost at home to Brentford, so that was good. So it meant we didn't lose 3rd place at the time, although we have now. So we'll see what happens. But would I take a point? Yes, in the fact that it would probably end a rot there where we haven't played well. Like I said, September 2023, I've been to the Amex once before. If you can hear a noise, if you can see it in the background there, there's a fairground going on. Yeah, but yeah, it's I would take a point. And look, I know how the game could play out. We could win, but I remember going there when we lost in September 23, and it wasn't a good day. Again, I've said though, it's weird though. It was one of my favourite away trips. It's a mammoth journey, and we drove last time. We stayed in Coventry last time, but we wanted to change it up this time, and we picked Northampton, just where you look on a map and you just go there. But yeah, it wasn't a happy day at the stadium. Again, you get there to the Greenbelt and Falmouth, it's a little way out, it's awkward to get back, so you go to the pub over the other side of the A27 when you're done, which we'll do tomorrow till the crowds die down, because the train station's a nightmare if you've been. But yeah, Evan Ferguson scored the hat-trick, and then you haven't seen him again. And I had to look up where he was, and he's on loan at West Ham. Yeah, Evan Ferguson, he scored that hat-trick, and then I swear you never seen him again. And if I want to do a quote that it's a comparison with, Trigger Only Fools and Horses, where they're sitting round the table at the Nag's Head, and then he goes, Gandhi. And they're like, what? Gandhi? Yeah, he made one good film, then you'd never seen him again. I always like that line a lot. Sorry, it's just probably a terrible comparison. But yeah, I would take a point tomorrow. Just the fact that it has been such an awkward ground. And you know what? It would still keep it in the top 5. Yes, it would make it a little tighter with the other teams as the sun gets back out. Sorry if I'm squinting. You'll see me lines. But yeah, it would still keep with 3 points ahead of Villa, and we've got a better goal difference, so technically you could class that as 4 points, because I'd say right now we're still 3 points ahead of them, and again that's fallen out, but we'll see. Obviously if we get the win, I'd love it, because I said before this 10 game run-in that out of them we probably needed 22 points, so what we've got so far is obviously 5 wins and a defeat, so 15, so that would be another 7 points. And I think we need something out of 1 or 2 remaining away games, obviously tomorrow and then the Emirates. So if we got the win, that would take the pressure off the remaining games, because yes, I expect we're to win our remaining games, but you know where you always have that nagging doubt in the back of your head that something could happen. And to me, I've just have a horrible feeling that, like, I know we beat Arsenal 3 times, but could we go there and beat them a 4th time? I've said this previously, like, what frame of mind will they be in? They'll have already played the second leg of the Champions League, obviously the 1-0 down. At the moment PSG have the advantage. Will they be out? Will they be on the floor? Or will they turn it round in the Parc des Princes over in Paris and be in the final on a high? They'll have played Liverpool in between the second leg and us, so you don't know. And then the final game of the season, we should be beating Everton at home. But again, you just think, as usual, will Jordan Pickford have the game of his life? Sorry, I'm going to have to put my shades on because I am squinting. So yeah, I don't really want it going to the end of the season. I'd like to try and take care of it, because obviously other teams play each other. Villa, yeah, it's tight in the Champions League race, but as long as we don't lose tomorrow, I still think it's a positive. But yeah, if we can win at the Amex and then we beat Chelsea up here, I think with them still playing Forest on the last day of the season, it would put them out of the running. And you're hoping like Villa drop points against Spurs or Man U, but they play those like either side, I believe it is, of the Europa League final. So it's hard to call at the moment. We said in the pub before, we're all in agreement, the 3 with it. If it was to be a top 5, our predictions at the moment be us, Man City and Villa, and I think Forest and Chelsea will lose out. Just with the fixtures Chelsea have left, and I think Forest might have hit their ceiling, especially after seeing how they performed on Thursday evening. But we'll wait and see. We'll go there with confidence, despite previous results against them. It's just one of those, look, Eddie Howe's a manager who changes records, isn't he? It's we've never done the double over Man U in 94 years. We've done it now. And he's a manager who's won at the Emirates. We hadn't done that since 2010. Yeah, so he is a manager who, and he's ended with trophy drought. So again, more examples that Eddie Howe is there just to, he's like, I'm not bothered about history, and he doesn't believe in bogey teams. So you have the confidence that we could win, but obviously going into injury news, obviously we're still missing Jamal Lascelles. We don't know if we'll see him for the rest of the season. He's got a knee injury. Lewis Hall's out for the season with his foot injury. Good news is Sven Botman's back. He came through all right in his little cameo appearance against Ipswich on Saturday. And who else? Oh yes, Anthony Gordon. Eddie Howe said after his little knee complaint, he seems to be fine now. So that's excellent news. The big issue, obviously, that came from all this is Joe Linton. Unfortunately, he's in Brazil. His knee issue. Eddie Howe said he's seen a specialist, nothing serious, but they recommend that he rests up. So it's unlikely we'll see him again for the rest of this season. And it is a blow because he misses physicality. I think he'd be important in a game tomorrow, especially against like Brighton, and then especially against Chelsea. So it is a bit of a frustration that he's not going to be there. And you have to think who will come in. Now, I've been calling for Lewis Miley. Just obviously his technical ability, his calmness and composure on the ball. However, the way Eddie Howe talked yesterday in his press conference, he says Joe Willock's a bit like Joe Linton, that he can play on the left predominantly of midfield. He's got the ball carrying ability to get you up the pitch. He's got the pace, he's got the power in his legs. And he is a player, which I've admitted before, the need to run a games to really get up to speed. And now I know there's only 4 left, but it does seem like Joe Willock will get the nod tomorrow. So I'm probably expecting a team of probably unchanged. Brighton injury news, I just had to note this down because I couldn't remember it off the top of my head. So they're missing Van Hecker. It says he's a doubt with a head injury. I said he's missing. I've just contradicted myself. He's missing but a doubt. He's a doubt with a head injury. They're missing James Milner, once of us all those years ago. Hamstring injury. Webster with a muscle injury. Rutter ankle. Igo Julio hammy. And Kadioglu toe. So yeah, that's Brighton's injury news. I couldn't remember those off the top of my head, so I had to make a little note down of that. And other honourable mentions, Eddie Howe's been nominated for Barclays Manager of the Month. Jacob Murphy and Harvey Barnes, they've been nominated for EA Sports Player of the Month, and Jacob Murphy's just won Seller Player of the Month. Or give him the trophy with Jason Tyndall's face on it, or his teeth, you know, like he looks like the Cheshire Cat. My teeth aren't as white as Tyndall's, I don't think anyone's is. That's why I'm wearing sunglasses, for the reflection of Tyndall's teeth. So yes, how I voted. Well, I voted obviously Eddie Howe for Manager of the Month, and I voted for Jacob Murphy. Look, Harvey Barnes has done really well. He's a great goal scorer. Like I said before, like Tonali, I think he's one of the cleanest finishers at the club, and he's showed his worth in recent weeks, ahead of Anthony Gordon. So yeah, I've went for Jacob Murphy. It was hard, I'll admit that. I wish I could vote for both, but I have chose Jacob Murphy. And obviously Eddie Howe. And well done to Jacob Murphy winning Seller Player of the Month. I'll just get into my final prediction again, because I said, would I take a draw? Yes. Now, if I went with my heart, I'm going to say would win, but I probably will expect a draw tomorrow. I think it'll be hard fought. We're missing Joe Linton. We'll probably grind it out. And you know what? I looked up Danny Welbeck. In 15 appearances against, well, obviously that's across spells like Watford, the Mackhams, Brighton, Man U. He's been all over the place. And I've always thought he's like an Ian Warne kind of player. That's those, if you remember, the thorn in his side when he played for Nottingham Forest in the 90s. Well, Welbeck's always seemed like that. But I was surprised to see he's only got 2 goals and 1 assist in 15 appearances against him. But he always seems to play well. So yeah, we'll have to see how we get on if we can handle him tomorrow, because he's in his twilight years, but he's been doing fantastic. But what do I expect? I'm going to go with a draw. It's just, it is weighing against us, like trying to choose a win with a record there. It's one of those grounds, I don't know why. But yeah, I'm going to just go a 1-1 draw. I'd expect Welbeck to get the goal for them. And for our goal, because we're in room 14 in a hotel on Barrack Road, of all places it's an omen, Alexander Isak's going to get our goal. We'll take the point, and then we can finish Chelsea off next week at St James's Park. But yeah, this Champions League race is going right down to the wire. Like, I mean, I've covered this previously, but like the fact that the team who've finished bottom with 8 defeats, 36 in the league phase this season, got about £30 million. Villa made nearly 90 just getting to the quarter-final. So it's frustrating that the Europa Conference, the Europa League's more winnable, but the Champions League just trumps it in terms of the money, the finances, and what we'll be able to do this summer. Again, we'll link with Brian and Boomer, but will we pay that money just on a right winger? I do feel with priority positions are obviously we need a new goalkeeper. That might be James Trafford. We've been like with Mark Gahey. People have been unsure again, about him, but apparently he is keen on the move. And we're going to go back in with a bid. His value should have lowered. Don't think Parish wants as much as he exorbitantly charged last time for him, or wanted for him, should I say. But you know what? I'll give him his juice, cut him some slack. He does play in a back three. We play with a back four and two central defenders. So yeah, he might be better suited in a back two, despite some of Palace's recent struggles. But they're on the FA Cup final, so if we can get another player in the squad who knows what it's like to win a trophy, that'll do nothing but wonders for us. And obviously we need a creative midfielder. We don't know about Cunha if he's going to Manchester United. He's probably waiting to see, like Liam Delap, apparently they're both waiting to see which European competition they get. But we'll see. It's all up in the air. We don't know. We'll see what happens in the transfer window. But the Champions League money, it's a bigger budget we'll have out the three, which the club have accounted for. And it'll give them more freedom, be able to get better sponsorships and attract better players. It's just being in the Champions League just trumps being in the two other competitions that we could more likely win. But anyway, that's it from me for now. I'm going to bid you a farewell from Northampton. I won't be doing another video here, so this is the one and only one you're getting. But I will be back tomorrow with a quick preview when I get to the Amex Stadium. And from Brighton. I might chuck one in from Brighton itself, but I'll see when we're up in Falmouth at the Amex, and I'll do a quick one after the game, and then I'll try and sum it up on Monday and Tuesday. If I decide to, I'm not sure if I'll do a full one once we're back, because it's a long drive home, but I'll let you know. I might come back with a surprise one from a surprise location where we're going on the drive home on Monday. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Again, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Hope you enjoy your weekend, your bank holiday, and let's hope we win tomorrow. But from me, from the racecourse, bye-bye for now. Take